Hello there, it is me, Tarman, and welcome back. Today we are going to be hopping into Starship Troopers because, well, Helldivers has been exploding lately, and obviously that is inspired off of Starship Troopers, and I am a huge fan of Starship Troopers, but let's hop into the miniature world. I've last year I picked up the rule book for Starship Troopers, the game, but since you can't really buy the miniatures anymore, I've made other videos where I've made my own Starship Troopers miniature, which is based off the book artwork, and then I made a classic bug from Starship Troopers. But I think it'd be cool to make the MI Trooper off of the color with a little bit of scratch building. So let's hop into that. Alright, so you guys can get a better look. That is the trooper we're going to be trying to make. And I think a great shell for that trooper is going to be a Corsican. So I have one here, and we're going to use him to base with. But the first thing we kind of need to do is get rid of all of that extra cloth he has there, because MI troopers do not have that, but the armor is pretty close. So we're going to start with removing that. And there we are. Skirt is all removed. Now the next thing to remove is basically all that symbolism and that little pack right there on his chest plate. Basically bringing down bare bones, and we're just going to use a file, sand it down. Alright, now that we have that done, the next thing to do is to focus on the gun. And here it is. I've already went ahead and cut the power cables off, but the shoulders are wrong. We need to change those. So the first thing really to do is to just take off the shoulders, and then we'll hop over to the gun. So first things first, remove the shoulders. Now that those are removed, now we're going to hop over to the gun. We're going to make it look more like the Merida, which looks like that. So really what we got to do is add a magazine and kind of shave down the barrel. So we'll just make that barrel straight, and I'll add a mag, which I got from a Space Marine kit. I mean, it won't look exactly like one, but it'll get the point across. So let's do that. And it should look like that. Make sure to remove the skull and crossbones, because, they don't use that type of stuff. So now it looks like, more like a Merida. Not exactly, but hey, it's our version of. So we're going to hop back to him. I want to give him more pouches and some grenades. So I have these Space Marine pouches and these grenades, so I'm just going to trim them and glue them on to this little dude. And for the jump pack, you just take the standard jump pack, get rid of the Aquila, and just cut the antenna off. So yeah, so now the next thing really to do is to glue them together real quick. And there we are so far. So now the next thing to do is to take some Milliput and sculpt on the new shoulders. So let's hop into that. So there we are, the shoulders are done. Now the next thing to do is move on to the head. Here is the head. First thing I'm going to do is remove that little camera and the Aquila. Then we're going to add putty work around the jaw. So let's do that. So there we are, all shaved off. Now we're going to add the putty around the helmet to make it look more like the Starship Trooper. There we are. There's the MI Trooper helmet. It focuses. Yeah. It looks a little weird right now, but once you slap some paint on it, it will start really looking like it. So the last thing really to do is to glue that together and prime it. And you should end up with that. Now we are getting that together. So now let's hop over to the painting. The first thing we're going to do is prime him and then spray him green. So next time you see this bad boy, they're gonna be green. And here he is, all primed or painted green. So now next thing to do, we're gonna dry brush a lighter shade of green, and it's gonna be this. Alright, so now that's done. The next thing to do is to pick out all the gray stuff. So basically his undersuit and his ammo pouches and his gun. And we're going to use a darker shade of gray. And that is going to be this. And here we are. I went ahead and picked out his little visor on his helmet. I just used Abaddon Black. So the next thing we're going to do is pick out the little silvery bits, which is really just on his gun. And we're going to use this. And there we are. Pretty simple paint scheme so far, so that's pretty much it for the body. Last thing to do really is just to pick out that face in there. And we're just going to use these two colors. And there we are. Little face. That's pretty much it for the trooper. Now really the last thing to do is just paint up the base, so next time you see him, he will be done. And there we are. that is the MI Trooper from Starship Troopers, the TV show. And here it is compared to my first one. This one is based off the book art. So honestly, if you wanted to, or if I wanted to, I could say this is the heavier version of the power suit. And this is the scout version of the power suit. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. I enjoy it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys watch my stuff probably or might be fans of Starship Troopers. If you're not, I do recommend go watch the movie, the first one. You can ignore the other two for sure. But I am such a huge fan of this, and maybe eventually when I finish all of my miniatures that I have molded, I will get around and maybe possibly do a battle report off the classic game. But without further ado, everybody fights, no one quits. Enjoy this montage.